Continuing the series on what is meditation. Meditation is ultimate freedom. Human life moves in 7-year cycles. When life is allowed to move naturally, there is no mafia of priests or politicians. Priests and politicians belong to the mafia of religion. At approximately the age of 42, sexual maturity comes. With sexual maturity comes the maturity in meditation. By the time one attains the age of 42, the inward journey begins. Something that was begun at about the age of 14 has now attained fruition. At the age of 14, the outward journey begins. One becomes an extrovert and starts moving towards the other. Love then evolves as an expression of extroversion. Relationships start. It is the way to think of the other. Meditation is to think of one's own center. The life of extroversion begins at the age of 14, and this life of extroversion comes to an end at the age of 42. As one lives his life, he comes to know the joy and sadness of love, knows its beauty and ugliness, experiences the great moments of ecstasy and the darkness of the valley. One knows the fulfillment and the frustration in love. With this begins the inward journey towards the self. We depend on the other for happiness and joy, sadness and misery. When your joy and happiness depends on the others, then it is a dependence. Dependence can never lead to freedom. Joy is the fragrance of freedom, and the joy that does not evolve out of freedom is not really joy. All dependence leads to limitations and bondages. In such a situation, the joy that comes through the extroversion is momentary. You can meet the other only for a few moments. Then again you are separate. Just in the middle of this togetherness, two begin to fall apart. This starts the moment you get together. The moment you start a relationship, that very moment the separation begins. With this togetherness, one begins to think if such togetherness is possible with the existence. Once you are one with existence, you can never fall apart. And this is meditation. Love connects you with the existence through the other, but only for a few moments. Meditation connects you with the existence eternally. Yoga is the way to join. This happens somewhere in your deepest core. There exists joy and freedom. Only bliss is there, no dark valley. This bliss, this happiness is eternal. This is celebration. Love connects you with the existence through the other, and meditation connects you to the existence. And meditation connects you with the existence eternally. Bliss is then the outcome. Meditation leads to sensitivity. When the light of awareness dawns, you know the true nature of this around. When the light of awareness dawns, you know the true nature of things around. Awareness renders each moment precious, extraordinary, and sublime. Then small things are no more smaller. When such a person's awareness, sensitivity, and love touch even the most ordinary pebbles on the seashore, those pebbles turn into precious gems. Always remember this. When your awareness, sensitivity, and love touch even the most ordinary pebbles on the seashore, those pebbles turn into precious gems. This is true about everything. Whatever a man of awareness does, mundane or ordinary things, ordinary day-to-day things, they become precious. They attain to a new grandeur, a new aura, a new texture, and it becomes a moment of blessedness. It is the level of awareness that makes everything precious and meaningful. Quite often we inquire how to bring meaningfulness in life. Human understanding has made life a meaningless saga. All meaning from life has vanished. The way to bring meaningfulness in life is through sensitivity. The way is that of awareness. Awareness brings a new meaning to life. With awareness, all that is ordinary becomes extraordinary. Meditation is growing up in eternity. Naturally, we grow old. This is the aging process. This is negative growth that leads to degeneration of cells and other body tissues. When a child is born, he is innocent and beautiful. As the child continues to grow, he goes on gathering layers upon layers on his consciousness. Thus the consciousness gets beclouded. This process is not worthy. Animals grow. This process requires no intelligence. Growing up is a totally different experience. Generally, the process of growing up that we know is a horizontal process, moving on the surface like swimming. Distance is covered, but you remain on the surface alone. On the other hand, growing up really implies the growth of consciousness. This is a vertical process. This is like diving. The diver dives deep into the womb of the ocean. He enters the sea from the surface and moves to deeper depths of the ocean. Meditation takes you within the womb of the existence of your being. Meditation takes you deep within the womb of the existence of your being. It leads to your heights or depth. Both height and depth mean the same thing. Strangely enough, time moves only in a horizontal straight line. Each moment is followed by another, and this process continues. So too, mind is horizontal. One thought followed by another, but all this happens in a straight line, a road, just like the traffic. Meditation is a process of growing in consciousness. It takes the aspirant from the layers of consciousness below the surface to higher altitudes. If we draw a graph, there are 3 layers below the origin line. The origin means a straight line moving from left to right, intersecting another line, moving from below to upwards. And where these 2 lines intersect one another In geometry, that is known as the origin, or where the coordinate of x and y axis are 0, 0. So too the mind is horizontal, one thought followed by another. All this happens in a straight line, a road, just like the traffic. Meditation is a process of growing in consciousness. It takes the aspirant from the layers of consciousness below the surface to higher altitudes. If we draw a graph, there are 3 layers below the original line. The original line represents the conscious layer. There are 3 layers below and 3 layers above. The layers below are unconscious, collective unconscious, and cosmic unconscious. And the layers above are superconscious, collective superconscious, and cosmic superconscious. Meditation is then a vertical process. It takes you beyond mind and time. Going beyond mind is going beyond the space. Meditation is both beyond and time. It belongs to the dimension of spatio-time. Both mind and time are synonymous. The horizontal process of movement. When meditation happens, both mind and time cease. This is what growing in eternity means. Eternity is both beyond time and space. It is an experience, not a thought. Meditation is beyond time and space. It is the taste of eternity, an experience not of thoughts, but of being, but of bliss, but of harmony, but of oneness, but of blessedness.